interviewed several
Hello,
times.
everybody. Joe Dichiara, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live with another amazing interview with one of our amazing Bedrock students. And we have Nina here. Hi, Nina. How are you tonight?
Hi, I'm good, Joe. I'm glad
Yes.
that you got some time to have a conversation with me.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Uh, so let me start out. So I apologize to people that have been waiting. If you've been waiting live, I've been having computer issues all day, and we were all
Mm,
set to go live, and I went to push the button, and my computer crashed. But I learned a long time ago when you do presentations like this, when you do anything, it's not if something goes wrong; it's when something goes wrong. So you always
uh,
have to have a plan B, right? So
okay.
I actually have a plan B and a plan C. I have my laptop here, and I have my cell phone. Believe it or not,
Yeah,
if I ever want to do this. So thank you, Nina, for hanging in there. It was good to see that you didn't. Uh, what do you call it? Leave,
I know.
which some
Uh,
people do. Yeah, and I
because
know we.
the chance is I have to grab this chance to talk with you and to
Yeah,
make some so that those who are in my mind can be cleared out.
yeah. So let's make this a productive chat. So if you're watching live, please give us a hashtag live. If you have any questions for me or for Nina, any comments, if you want to encourage other people to do what Nina has done and is doing and will do, post something in the chat. This technology is amazing because we could touch people literally all over the globe, all over the
Yeah.
globe. These recordings are green. They can stay here forever. So they're a chance for everybody to put your footprint on the world. And tonight is Nina's chance. So, Nina,
Okay.
I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. We're just going to have a conversation. And by the end of it, you're going to feel amazing. How does that sound?
Oh, that's great.
Okay. So, let's start with where were you born and where do you live now?
I was born in Bulacan and I'm living in Laguna right now in the Philippines.
Okay, that's awesome because those are two places I've actually heard about. A lot of people, when I ask them that, they tell me places that I'm like, I don't know where that is yet because I'm still new to the Philippines.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bulacan, and I don't know
And
exactly where they are, but I think I've
it's
been
still
to
in
both places.
Luzon. It's still in Luzon. It's the
Okay,
Bulacan is in the north part of Metro Manila, while Laguna is in the southern part of Metro Manila.
okay. So I think so. I'm in Metro Manila. I'm in close to BGC. I was living in BGC. So
Mm.
I think, and maybe if some of my followers can fill me in here, I think Laguna is where we might have had our last event. But anyway, that's
I
another
think
story.
so.
So
Yes, I
yeah,
think so.
yeah,
You
I
have
think
been
that's where we
in the part
had
of Laguna. Okay.
right. I
Yeah.
think that's where we had our
Yeah.
jump start event. So I
Yes.
really
Yes.
I enjoyed it there.
It's somewhere in Laguna.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So what is your background? Were you working in accounting?
Yes, I am a CPA, and I have been an external auditor, an internal auditor. Uh, my last one was as a senior finance manager. And just recently, actually, I retired last August 2024, 2023. And then just this tax season, a good friend of mine with an accounting firm got me to be part of her auditing team because she got a new client in Peza Zone. And then I was the one who audited the two companies, new companies. And then just June, somebody, my previous consultant, financial consultant in the one of the companies that I work for, also got me to help him in the financial, in the accounting side, in the finance side of the company he's working to also. So right now I have two companies working for, but
So you
I'm
retire. So
still,
you're not really retired in the sense that like
yeah, I'm
you're
not really
retired. No,
retired.
when I
Actually,
was
I'm still looking forward to be a tax preparer in the US. So in the
yeah.
meantime,
So
that I have been that I don't have any opportunity yet, though I applied.
yeah. So yeah, what I started to say is I remember when I was young, my grandparents planned on retiring, and I remember it was they were like, okay, in 15 years we're going to retire, and I was young, so I said, wow, that's like so far away.
Mhm.
And then as we got closer, it became real, and they found a retirement community which was in another state, so they actually retired, they moved, and they didn't work anymore.
Mhm.
They didn't. So when I hear people here that say, "Oh, I retired," I'm like, "You're not really retiring. You maybe
Yeah.
your position ended, but you're not." And I don't know too many people that actually retire anymore. Okay,
Yes,
not
because
in the
like me,
yeah.
actually, during those times from August to November last year, I spent my retirement time, actually as in studying all the, including the Bedrock, 5 weeks. And I have copywriting courses. So I just retired from the corporate job that time in August.
Right,
But
right. I got
however,
it.
I keep myself busy studying new things for to pursue my freelancing uh, plan.
Yeah.
However, then the opportunity came again to work.
Yes. That
Mm,
I say this all the time. We plan and God laughs.
yeah.
So it's good. You must be good at what you do, and you have friends that trust you. Uh,
Yes.
especially doing auditing. That's a position of trust. You're a CPA, so you definitely have credentials. Uh, so, what prompted you to start taking, and what courses did you take of mine?
For the
You,
freelancing, I enrolled in, actually I am part of TBSA.
okay,
And
Sherry
then,
Panetta.
yes. And then it's there that when I attended the summit last May 2023, that's where I saw you. And
All
that's
right, I
when
spoke.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then I bought your book, and then I enrolled in the 5 week course as tax preparer because I'm looking forward to be a freelancer when I retired. Retiring is it's just a retiring from corporate job, but I have to keep myself busy also. I don't have
yeah.
anything to do.
So yeah, and I love working with people like you because you spent your career working in a brick and mortar. Now these
Mm.
two clients that you have, because they're really clients, they're not jobs, right?
Yes.
Are
Actually,
they remote or
after we had finished the audited FS, they also took us as a retainer so that we don't have to wait for the year end to correct whatever needs correction in their book. So we check their quarterly taxes so that at the year
yeah,
end next time it would be easier because this time since we they are It's our first year to handle their accounts. The audit that we did is not just a test checking, it's almost
Yeah,
50%
it, it,
checking.
yeah, it takes a long time when you got a new client.
Yeah.
But now, at these, do you have to go to these clients, or do you work remotely?
No, work from home only. Because I
Okay,
just need to maintain checking them from time to time if the adjusting entries that I have recommended has been recorded properly. So
so how
I
how
know
does
what to
it
check.
how did it feel going from, because when you had your full time career, you had to commute there, right? You had to
Yes,
get to your
yes,
job. And
yes.
how long was the commute
1.5 hour from
each
Malaguna
way?
to Makati each day. Each travel time. Going to work, it's 1.5 hour, and same as in going from home, work to home.
Okay, so 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And did you drive or did you take public
Oh, I
transportation?
just take transportation. I have driver's license, but I did not practice driving.
I know the traffic is crazy, right?
Yeah.
The
While
traffic is
when
crazy.
while commuting, I can still sleep.
Yeah, yeah. If you that, I remember that I used to travel 1.5, 2 hours. I don't know if I ever slept. I mean, I planned on sleeping, but it never happened. So now, and
Yeah.
that cost you a lot of money too, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
every month.
Yes. Yeah.
So now,
Actually, it's I like my two kids. They are both working from home. It's a reverse. But I'm
yeah,
used to actually it's not that difficult anymore because I'm used to that kind of situation.
yeah. So now my question is, how does that feel? Because you went from, because that's you're talking about 15 hours a week traveling. It's
Mm,
costing you money. It's a toll
yes.
on your body, on your it's just, I know where I come from. Traveling in New York is stressful.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm so glad I can commute to work now. So now you go from that, and now you handling clients, you're making money from home.
Yeah.
Did that, like, did you ever say to yourself, oh my God, I don't have to drive, I don't have to get all dressed up, I could work from here?
Yes. It's part of dressing up. Unlike before when during pandemic kasi during pandemic uh we are on a work from home, so I don't have to dress up.
Yeah.
Unlike now, I have
So
to dress up daily.
yeah, so now, I'm glad you brought that up, because the pandemic really changed a lot of
Yes.
people's lives all over the world.
Yes,
But
it makes the what we
specifically,
thought impossible became possible. Before we never thought that accounting could be done at home, while the
and
pandemic
that
forces
was
us.
when I started Bedrock and I got introduced to the Philippine community. And now, I loved it so much, I wound up moving here. The Philippine people helped me scale my business in
Mm.
ways that I was never able to before. And what shocked me was the fact that a lot of Philippine people didn't know that you could work remotely,
Yeah,
because I had
yes.
been doing it over 20 years. As soon as I found out that there was this remote technology, the
Mm.
light bulb went off in my head, because I don't like driving. I didn't like, being in the commute. And it I said, oh my God, if I could work remotely, I could get clients anywhere. Not only
Yeah.
that, I could hire people from anywhere. And the first person I hired was my mother. She was
Mm,
2,000 miles away, and it changed her life. She was able to quit her part time job, She was taking care of my grandparents, her parents at the time, and I said, "This is amazing." And I wanted to do it. I wanted to show people, as many people as I could, that this could be done, and it just
Yeah.
didn't work. It didn't until I came to the Philippines and I started doing these classes. So we've had over 700 people enroll in our classes. Over 400 have actually gone through the whole course and got certified, meaning they had to do a project. And I've seen people, Nina, literally go come home, come home from other countries, from working in places far away from their families, and be able to
Mhm.
come home and work from home. And it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. So that's why we started doing these classes. These interviews to show people that it's possible, right?
Yeah.
Not only
Yes,
is it
it's
possible, it's being done. It's being done. So
well, the pandemic helps us to realize that it can be done. Whereas before, if the management doesn't believe in the work from home, but the pandemic forces us to believe in that it can be done, even locally. For us, we did it because we were able to do that because we have a server in the office that makes us possible to do all the entries in the accounting system. So, but that's what I
somebody
believe.
said,
As long as you have the server and it's working, you have the internet, it can be done.
yeah, somebody said necessity breeds innovation. So when
Hmm.
people have to do something, so the work still had to get done, right? So
Right.
it's amazing how things happen. A lot of bad things happen with the pandemic. I'll never forget it. Uh, it wasn't fun for anybody. But
Yeah.
now looking back, I'm like, okay, sometimes you got to go through the bad stuff, and then there were a lot of good things that happened, and this was one of them. That people, well, let me ask you an important question, because I've been working from home for decades.
Yeah.
For me, it didn't change anything other than the fact that now I couldn't go out and meet people, because that's how I got a
Mm-mm.
lot of business. So now, and for me, Nina, what it did was it forced me to learn how to do all of my marketing and networking online.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a,
So it
yes.
changed how I had to conduct my business. But now you're in the pandemic. Your bosses are like, "Oh my God, we need to have them work, and they're going to have to work from home." But now the
Mm.
pandemic's over, right? You didn't retire until after the pandemic was over, correct?
Yeah.
Did they ask you to come back to work?
Uh, Little by little, it became hybrid. We were asked to report to work on site at least twice a week. So until now,
And how did that
even my
feel? How did that
coworkers are
feel?
still in the hybrid work arrangement.
But so now you've been working from home all during the pandemic. Now all of a sudden you have to get up, get dressed, commute again, even for 2 days a week. How did that feel?
Actually, it's tiring. It's tiring. But
Yeah.
because we need also some meetings that uh, being on the face to face is also advantageous and some activities. So it's also a welcome changes.
Yeah, and that's another thing I realized. I mean, I could just sit at home literally 7 days a week, all year, never go out and meet people. And I said, that's no way to live either. We
The
need to have like,
socialization
so
part.
that, yeah. So like when we did like the Jumpstart event, you get to meet
Yeah.
people. There's no substitute for
Yes.
that. But
It's
now,
in it's so
here's the
exciting to
thing.
meet your virtual friends and virtual
Yeah.
co-employees. Yeah.
Well, that's actually why I came to the Philippines, because in 2022, I'm looking at my calendar and I said, at the time, I think I had 10 people working full time with me.
Mm-mm.
I said, it would be nice to actually meet these people. I don't even know
Yes.
if they're real, because they could, I
Yeah.
want to meet, I want to talk to them, I want to have meals with them.
Yes.
So I took the trip here, and one thing led to another. Hi, Marianne. So we have Coach uh, Yan Yan here, and I think Josie is here also. Good evening. So we've been having an interesting conversation with Nina. Uh, so so now and I'm just putting myself in somebody's shoes like yours. I'm like, oh my God, now you got a taste of working remotely, and now you have a choice, right?
Yes.
So now you want to now let's take it to where you are now. Now you could see, hey, there's opportunities, right? I can work from home. You're already doing it. You got some local friends that gave you work.
Yeah.
Now what do you want to do? Now you took my course, right? What do
Yeah.
you plan on doing with that?
Actually, that's why before I was hired by this new company. Way back around January, I started trying to apply as a tax preparer. However, they are looking for those people with at least 2 years experience and really familiar with GAAP. With GAAP, I can still explain to them that my background in accounting here in the Philippines was based on GAAP. All the textbooks that we had before was based on GAAP. It's only in 2004 that Philippines has adopted the IFRS. So basically, I know GAAP. I know GAAP. But still, they're looking for somebody with 2 years experience. That's why that's the difficulty that I encountered in looking for uh, prospective clients, especially through LinkedIn. I got interviewed around 5 times, but it's still the challenge, how to prove
Yeah.
myself that I know the
It's
job.
not fun. It's never fun getting rejected, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I'm very
So what if
hopeful
I
because
told you?
but but the I didn't have that luck yet.
Well, with hard work, they say with hard work you can get lucky.
Uh,
So I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in luck.
yes,
I believe
actually,
in hard work, positioning, tenacity, and consistency. And what
I,
if I
I
told you
think
before?
I think what's also hampering is that the company that I applied for has some local counterpart in the Philippines. It's not they are not directly hiring from US. They have a
Right.
counterpart here. So when they know when they learn about my age, I think that's the uh challenge because they know that I'm retired, that I'm or that I know
Yeah. Well, you want to know something
even if I prove that I know what I have to do.
in the United States, and I know the laws are different here. In the United States, it's against the law to discriminate against
Yeah.
somebody their age. So
Mm-mm.
if they are a U.S. company and but they probably wouldn't tell you, oh, you're too old for this position,
Mm-mm.
and that actually gets me mad. That actually gets me mad when companies do that, because a lot of the Bedrock students, they ask me, "Oh, am I? Do you think I'm too old for this?" My mother started with no experience, never did bookkeeping, never used a computer accounting program when she was 62, starting from scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
By the time she was done, she was helping me run my business. She was doing payroll. Okay. She, for 15 years. So she started when she was 62 with no experience and helped me be successful. So when people say, "Oh, I think I'm too old," I'm like, that's all in your mind. That's all in your mind.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
also
that's why
have,
it's sad because they don't. That's what I have observed because sometimes the employer or the hiring, what do you call that, the headhunters are the ones looking for me. They are the ones messaging me. So I'm glad if they are the ones that I did not apply. They saw my credentials in the LinkedIn. However, after the first interview, that's nothing has
okay. So
they cannot move on. So that's why I think
listen,
uh,
okay.
it's because of
So
my age.
Eileen, who runs our training program, is also here supporting you.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, hi Nina, and
Hi.
also we have Coach Miriam. So what if I told you that before we end this talk tonight, you're going to go away with a plan on how to overcome this and how to get a position?
That
Would you
would be
be
great.
interested in that information?
Yes. 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 Sure.
Okay. Okay. So
Because
we're
that's my struggle.
here's uh, the first piece of advice I give a lot of people. So there's Coach Yan Yan here. She's a good friend of mine. She's a partner with me in Jumpstart. Josie is also a friend, a good follower. So Coach Yan Yan has a group called Accounting Peoples. Are you familiar with it?
Yes. Yes, I'm member of the every group.
Okay. Are you familiar with her elite program?
Yes. I've seen it in the FB
Okay,
page in the
so
FB group.
the first thing I would tell you to do is join her elite program because she is an expert, one of the best that I've ever met, and I don't say this about anybody unless it's true. She knows how to get an interview and how to nail an interview.
Okay.
She will teach you step. That's what her elite program is about.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne, if you could put a link in here for Nina to your elite program. I know that she has batches coming up all the time, but that and she could teach you stuff about interview techniques that I can't. Okay,
Okay.
because I haven't done an interview. I've hired people, but as far as interviewing with an accounting firm, I haven't done that in 30 years.
Mm.
So things have changed. She'll show you how to
Yes.
optimize your LinkedIn profile, what questions they're going to ask, so you're prepared. Okay.
Okay.
The other thing I'm going to tell you is you're not interviewing with the right people.
Mm.
You're not interviewing with the right people. It's not that they rejected you. It's you have, and this is something that I teach in my courses, and I'm sure that you've heard this. You have to do everything intentionally. Does that make sense?
Uh,
You don't
yes,
just,
yes.
if you say you're going to go on vacation, right? You don't just jump in your car and drive somewhere. We did that when
Yeah.
I was in college. We called it a road trip. It was a
Yes.
mindless adventure. But you don't just go to the airport and hop on a flight, right?
Right.
You plan your vacation. You say, this is where I want to go. This is how I'm going to get there. This is how much money I'm going to spend. This is what I want to do when I get there. So you got to plan your career with the same intentionality as you would with the vacation. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. I
So
got the point.
you took my tax course,
Yes.
right? And I asked
Right.
you, what do you plan on doing with that?
Well, I
I
plan
could
to
tell you,
apply it.
right? So, and I've been saying this for years, there is a serious shortage of accounting talent in the United States, actually in the whole world. But I only deal with the United States. Okay.
Yeah.
I've worked with thousands and thousands of small businesses. I know the US accounting industry. The reason why I came to the Philippines is I couldn't find anybody qualified to work with me. I tried for decades. So
Uh,
you're in a unique position where I call it the perfect storm of opportunity. There's literally tens of thousands of firms that are looking to work with people like you. Okay. You
okay.
just got to make the connection. So the first thing you got to do is you got to say, okay, what kind of people do I want to work with? You don't want to just apply for a job and take the first offer, right?
You're
We
right.
don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
Yes.
So you want to say, okay, this is the kind of firm I want to work for. You know, if it's a large firm, is it a small firm? Is it a
Yeah.
firm run by a woman? Is it a firm run by a man?
Okay.
Do they have core values? Are they going to train me? So you put in your mind, you actually literally put a picture, and you could do a vision board of this. You could literally make a picture of this is the kind of place I want to work for. Okay.
Okay.
Now, once you have that in your mind, just like when you're going on a vacation, once you have that in your mind, you start manifesting it. Then you start putting it out there. You go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great place to
Yes.
connect with people. So what and Marianne might will tell you probably something different, but if I were looking for a job and I was going to do this, I wouldn't go to the help wanted. That's where
Mm,
everyone is going. I would
yes.
find those firms on LinkedIn, okay, make a connection, knowing knowing that by the time tax season rolls around, they're going to need help. They're going to
Mm,
need help, and they're going to start looking around November, right?
yeah.
So we're going to be in July 1st is on Monday, so you got
Yeah.
July, August, September, October. You got 4 months,
To connect.
right, to start connecting with those kinds of people. It's so easy on LinkedIn. It's
Yes.
so I'm
Yes.
like, it wasn't like this when I was looking for a position. Now so now if you want to get a position doing taxes, it's going to be easier than anything. Okay,
Mm,
because there's not enough people doing taxes. Okay, now you said people turned you down because you didn't have enough
okay.
experience.
Yes.
That's insane. That's insane because
Mm,
how long were you doing accounting?
40 years.
Oh, but you don't have enough experience. You got to be kidding me. That's not,
They're looking for the 2 years experience of tax accounting.
well,
But
that's why I said you're not interviewing with the right people.
yeah.
Okay. How do you think I got my first job? My first tax job. You know how you got it?
Yeah. How?
I applied.
Yeah.
I got
Of course.
rejected. And you know what? It was the same thing. They all wanted someone with experience, and I was
Mm,
ready to give up. I was ready. And my cousin said, he took me under his wing, and basically, and I tell the story a lot, uh, he made it simple for me. He made it, listen, when you apply for a job, it's a business opportunity. That
yes.
person has a problem. Think about this. They have a problem. You know what that problem is? They
What?
need to fill a position.
Okay.
They need to
Yes.
fill a position. You're the solution. So when I started going into these interviews with that mindset, I started getting offers. Like I was
Mm,
like, oh my God, it wasn't them, it was me. I seemed desperate. Oh, I need this job. I need this position. How am I ever going to get experience if everybody wants experience?
yes. Yes.
So I went into
That's
this interview. It was a tax attorney. It was a tax attorney. And what he taught me was just be yourself. You don't have to be, you don't have to like act like you're this person. Just be Joe Dichiara. And I went in there. She gave me like a test. Like I had to actually answer tax questions. Uh, I thought I failed. I thought I failed because I got some simple questions wrong because I was nervous. But I got the job. I got the job.
uh,
So if you do those simple things that I suggested, I guarantee you, you will get offers. You will get
okay.
offers. In September, which is right around the corner, is the tax deadline for businesses. Okay. There's going to be accounting firms looking for people because what happens is in the US accounting world, people that are good, they're always looking for another job,
Mm,
somebody that's going to pay them more. So people leave. So a lot of turnover. So Philippine accountants, and this is why I've been saying that it's a great opportunity for all of you. You're not like the American workers. American workers will they don't value these positions. They'll go wherever the whoever pays more, and there's always somebody that's going to pay more. There's no loyalty.
yes.
Okay, so that's what you offer. You offer loyalty, work ethic. You're the solution. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Then you're good. You're good.
Okay.
So
I got your point. It's like in the lesson in the tribe. I don't know if you're familiar with the tribe movement. And that's
oh
what they
John,
are always, yeah,
right
yes, John
line.
Pagulayan.
Oh yeah,
And that's
he
they
was.
always saying that uh, we are the solution for it, the problem of the clients that we're looking for the list. Okay. I'll
You
reverse.
know,
I'll connect. Start connecting.
yes. And I want you
Yes.
to follow up with me in a week or two. What's your action plan? You
Yeah.
need to have
I'll
an
start.
action plan.
Yes. I'll start connecting
Connect with
instead of
Marianne.
applying. Instead of
Yes,
applying,
I love that.
instead of looking for the job that are in the marketplace in the LinkedIn, I'll start looking for the accounting firms, the tax firms, and then start connecting with them.
That you
Yeah.
just I'm gonna borrow that from you. Start connecting instead of applying.
Yes.
Marianne, are you listening to this? That I love that. Start connecting instead of
Yeah.
applying. Another thing
Yeah.
I learned about the job market, a lot of people when they're looking for help, they post a help wanted ad, right? They'll put it on
Yes.
online jobs PH. They'll put it on LinkedIn. They'll put it on Upworks. There's a problem with that. And you know what it is? You get too many people applying.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about an accountant, the owner of an accounting firm that's busy. And now, the last time I put an ad on account online jobs, I got 120 resumes.
Yes.
Do you think I have time to go through 120 resumes?
And no, that's why in LinkedIn there is a they have the filtering.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why.
probably I never put an ad in LinkedIn, but I
Mm,
had a way to like filter out people. I put like uh, you have to put a secret word in on the subject
yes.
line. A lot of people. So out of
Yes.
120, I eliminated like 90 right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But did you know that a lot? So I know U.S. accounting firms are always looking for somebody because they're all short of staff. Okay. So
But actually,
most of
even here in the Philippines, we are short of staff. It's really
it's
difficult now to hire. I'm
it's a
hiring
world
also.
it's a
Yeah.
worldwide problem. People
Yeah.
stopped wanting to go to school for accounting.
Even right now in my current job, actually, my current status is as a consultant because I already retired. They cannot get me as a they cannot I cannot be included as a regular employee. That's why my status is as a consultant. I'm hiring right now, and it's really difficult. And
Okay, so
I stalk.
I'm going to point you to Marianne again because she's got a
Yeah.
company called TaskWise, and she
Mm,
helps people find candidates.
yeah.
Okay, but the truth is, most of the job opportunities out there aren't advertised. That's
Yes.
what I try to teach you. Listen, they're not. So what you said, if you start
Connect.
connecting with these
Yeah.
people, all you got to do is connect with them
I'll start
and
stalking.
start a conversation.
Yeah.
Marianne and I had a friend. He passed away, Sir George. Okay, he had a knack for getting clients.
Mm,
And I said, George, how do you get these clients? Because you must like be wearing some kind of special cologne or have some kind of secret power. And you know what he said?
what?
He said, I treat it like having a cup of coffee with somebody.
Mm,
It's I want to get to know you, you get to know me, and then if we have a match, maybe we could work together. And I think
yeah.
Marianne took sort of the same approach. So I have no doubt that you're probably going to you'll have your choice of positions. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, your first thing is what the first thing, yeah, start connecting, but create that avatar, that person that you really want to work with. I think
Yeah.
what's important because accounting firms have a habit of doing this. They'll hire you and then just give you a bunch of clients to work on and expect you to do it. What you want somebody that's going to train you. You
Yes.
want somebody that's going to spend the time and teach you. And when you
Yeah.
interview with them, that's what you have to tell them. Because none of my people, we have, I think, 14 or 15 full time team members on Bedrock now. All
Mm,
of them, every single one of them said they wanted to learn. And that's one of the reasons why they got hired. We look for people that want to learn. And what kind of boss would I be if I want people that want to learn if I don't teach them?
yes.
Okay, we do a lot of training, so that's what my suggestion would be. You want to land with somebody that's going to nurture you,
Same. Yeah.
right? Train you.
Yes.
Sometimes they're afraid because they're like, oh, I'm going to train Nina, and then she's going to quit once she
Mm,
gets experience. So you also have to show them that you're loyal. You worked at your.
Yes.
How long did you work at your last job?
5 years.
Okay,
I
that's a long
That's the
time.
least because I had 13 years. I have 7 years. Another 7 years. This is the
You
least
want that, so
five
they
years.
want people that are loyal. This is what an employer wants. Somebody that's loyal. Somebody that's not going to quit. Somebody
Yeah.
that wants to learn. Some we call it capacity. We want, okay, Nina has these skills. If we teach her, you know what amazes me about our team members, and we went on like twice as long as I usually do, which means that you have a lot of valuable information to share with people. What amazed me about our accounting team is how quickly they learned not only how to do the taxes, but they deal directly with our clients. They're
Yeah.
meeting with them on Zoom. They're doing tax projections. And I said, oh my God, this is usually it takes somebody 5 years before they can get to that point.
Mm,
We have people take a year, not even. They go through one tax season and they're handling their own clients.
yeah.
So, anyway, we've gone on for quite a bit. There was a lot of good
Yes.
nuggets there. Uh, so, you're in a position, Nina, believe it or not, you may not realize this, where people are going to watch this and they're going to say, oh my God, I want to do what Nina's doing.
Okay.
Nina retired. She's working remote. Yeah,
Yes.
that's how.
Life
So
for me, life begins at 60 because I'm
that I
taking another leap of career from
yes,
corporate to freelancing. So life
it's
begins at 60.
your second career, right? I love that. So
Yeah.
what words of advice would you give people that say, "Oh, I'm working in a brick and mortar. I'm about to retire. I don't know what I'm going to do." What would you tell those people?
I just be open to learn, to be in updated with the technology, and there's so much more to do even after retiring. Actually, just retire, not totally retiring, retire. So retire, but you're changing your wheels, your tire. So I'm just changing my own tires.
I like. Oh, I get it. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. You're full of golden nuggets. So yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you for the people that have been watching live, Marianne,
Mm,
Josie, Eileen, and anybody else that hasn't, you know, shared in the chat. And if you're watching the recording,
yeah.
please feel free to comment on the interview. I like to see that people are being touched by our students. Uh, and as always, if you'd like to chat with me about uh, our courses, about what we do at
Yes.
Bedrock, just go to timewithjoe.com and I would love to hear from you. And I
Yeah.
think that's our story, Nina. We're sticking with it. Uh, Good night, everyone, and God bless. Have a great.
Thank you, Joe, for this opportunity, and I'll take your advice. I'll be the one to look, or I'll stalk for the accounting firms.
Yeah,
I won't apply
become
anymore. I'll stalk who are those in my avatar. My
yes,
idea.
yes,
Yes.
and
That's great. That's a
cir-
great idea. I'll reverse
circle.
my system.
Yeah, circle back to me. I want to hear how you're doing. All
Yes,
right, Nina.
yes.
All right,
Yes. Thank you
thank you.
very
Good
much for
night.
this opportunity.
You're
Okay,
welcome. My pleasure.
thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. God bless.